All right, gang. So without further ado, here is our stock of the week. Let's get our hair together here for this video. Now, look, guys, I'm not going to talk about financials. I'm not going to talk about dividends. I'm not going to talk about anything else. There is one reason and one reason only that we're giving this stock idea of the week. Um, it's a speculative stock. It's something that if you're going to play it, I would put maybe some money in it that I could afford to lose, but might turn into a big grand slam. Look, guys, I very rarely go on social media. You guys know that. Besides releasing a few YouTube videos and what we post on Facebook, I don't personally do any social media. I don't hang out on Twitter. I don't TikTok. I don't YouTube. I don't do any of that personally. Um, I always think social media is a virus, but I happened to be on Instagram yesterday because one of my trade team had their Instagram open, and I started looking at some of the posts and things like that, and I noticed something. Uh, Something sells or something creates interest better than anything else, and it's the same time old thing. And what it is good looking girls, right? You can have one of the most important posts in the world, get maybe what, 5, 6, maybe 700 clicks, likes, things like that, whatever it is on Instagram. But you post a picture of a girl in a bikini. Doesn't even have to be a really hot girl, man. It just has to be a girl in the bikini. And all of a sudden, this profile, right? You go look at the profile. This person has posted maybe 20 posts the whole life of the account, but it's got 2.5 million followers. That's your key right there. What still sells on the internet, right, is, of course, porn. This is, of course, soft porn, and so is our stock of the week. But here's why. You hear so much talk about NFTs, right? Selling for 40 million, 100 million. Somebody sold a logo. Well, how about we take the most popular thing on the internet, social media, anybody, right? And we turn it into a stock. Well, guess what? Playboy, if you ask me, has the holy grail of NFTs. They have decades of pictures of hot women that they own the rights to and they can produce the rights to. Think about Barbie Benton. For you older people like me, Barbie Benton, right? What's her name? Heather Locklear. All these stars that over the years have done Playboy spreads. Imagine these as NFTs. So this one, we'll take a look at the chart. Let me share my chart with you here. Let me pull it up. You got to be careful with terms like that, like get it up when we're talking about Playboy. So let's share our screen with that note. This is Playboy on Yahoo Finance. You can see right now it's trading about 42 bucks, 42 and a half bucks. It's having a big day today. It's up about maybe about 20%. It's starting to get out there. People are starting to realize that NFTs and Playboy might go hand in hand. And so we're looking at it as a speculative stock, a fun play. We get stuck in this rut, right, where it's just mechanical, right? We're looking for certain things in the stock and stuff like that. Sometimes it's good to have a little bit of fun, right? Crypto for a lot of people is like that, right? Dogcoin. Think about Dogcoin, right? People buy that. They're just looking for pops. They don't care about backing for it. They don't care about what is the project's based on and things like that. They just want to know that it's going to go up. And you can see it with Playboy. You see that chart? It's been having a really good chart today, right? And if we go to a year chart, look at what's happened there. It's gone from $5 back in March all the way up to 42 bucks now. Now, Playboy, of course, has a lot of other things going on, but we're not worried about the financials. What we want to do is take a little poke at it and wait for this kind of news, right? Playboy and Nifty Gateway bring a 70-year art legacy to blockchain, right? Blah, 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 blah. That's what we're looking for. Think Linux. Think Linux way back in the day, the late 1990s and the early 2000s. How remember Red Hat Linux, guys? how every time any company, right, it could be a company that absolutely does nothing, has not had revenue in 20 years, but all of a sudden they say they're going to put their system on Linux, and guess what? The stock could be up 100%. We think this NFTs might have something to go. So we're not looking to hold Playboy for a couple years. What we're looking is to get a little position in there and to have some fun with it, right? As they start releasing these NFTs, selling these NFTs, we should see some acceleration. So that's why we're presenting this. It's been kind of a dull week, right, guys? The emotions of the week have been very, until this morning when the market started picking up some speed, it's been kind of depressing, right? Gold's been down, oil's been down, cryptos have been down, and the market's been down, right? And then you've got all this social stuff going on that can really bring you down emotionally too, right? All this social activity. We've got a big trial that just ended with the Derek Chauvin case. You still got dissent in a lot of parts of the country, and a lot of these politicians throwing angry words around right now, which, you know, it doesn't matter what side you're on. Feelings do get hurt, and it does cause that depression, and you kind of felt it in the market. We talked about it in the morning updates. So let's spruce it up, and what better way than an issue of Playboy? Now, Playboy for a long time just went into the doldrums, right? Because you saw it was battling an internet where everything that Playboy gave, you could get free on the internet, right? There was better stuff, Pornhub, things like that, right? Subscription services. And so that magazine just kind of started trickling away. And Playboy wasn't one of the more nimble companies that got to digital when they should have. And they suffered for it for a long time. And that stock was at about $5 just on the first murmurings of and the first ideas of these NFTs and things like that. It's already up to about $42. You're thinking about how much more can it run? Look at GameStop, right? At some point, GameStop was at $10. That whole rumor mill started, right? And it was at what, $40, $50. And today it trades at $150. And it's been as high as what, $350, right? A lot of people said there was nothing behind the company, no way it could hold those levels, and it did. We think this NFTs thing is for real, and we want to take a little poke at it, and we'll do it with Playboy, and we'll have a little fun with it, okay, guys? We're not advocating pornography. We're not looking to degradation of women or women's rights or anything like that. We are looking to take advantage of an inventory of something that people would definitely want to buy on the I'm trying to make excuses here. So look, guys, you see the symbol. See, I'm on the opposite. You see the symbol behind me, Playboy. So that's the symbol. PLBY is a stock. We'll take a little poke at it after the recording so that we have a position in there, and we'll follow it a little bit going forward. But really, that's the whole idea with this play, is to take advantage of the new NFT market, to do it with something that has some assets that they have a big inventory of assets. So it's not like they're reliant on selling one logo or just a couple pieces of art. They have decades of pictures that they can turn into NFTs and sell them. It should be interesting. Let's see if we can have some fun with this. Okay. So that's what our stock of the week is. So we're going to have a little fun with this one. We're getting away from that. Let's change speeds here a little bit and bring a little enthusiasm to what's been kind of dull this week, right? So, and it looks like we're starting to get a nice little market there right now. As I'm speaking, let me see here. Playboy's trading at about 42.53. So we'll use that as our water level. Okay, guys. And remember, this one is not one of your normal portfolio stocks. This is not one of those like a CCI and a Hershey and things like that, where we talked about before, Apple, ET, where you want to buy it and you want to definitely hold it for a while, take advantage of the compounding and things like this. This one does not have a dividend. It barely has a balance sheet. But let's take a poke at something speculative. A lot of people look at the GameStop trade and you think, man, I wish I got into that. But well, this is how you do it. You find a little speculative stock like a GameStop or something that's got some potential, right? With all these NFTs, it's starting to get into the NFT market. maybe we get a push, up to 75, maybe 100. Maybe it's like GameStop at some point. This thing's at 300, but you don't put any money into these that you can't afford to lose. It's not like I just want to put this disclaimer on it that we're just playing this for speculation and just to kind of break the monotony and stuff. And it's an opportunity that we might want to take a swing for. And that's proper portfolio building. You build the frame of your portfolio. And if you look at from the beginning, when we started doing these stock of the weeks, we first put in all these strong stocks and they're all doing very well. Only VSTO, which we released last week, is still a little bit underwater, but all the rest are doing well or gains already. And they're getting dividends and stuff like that. So now we've got this foundation built in there. We can have a little fun, right? We've worked all week. Think of it like this. We've worked 5 days. It's Friday night. Let's go blow a little money. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to blow money, but there is a chance. It's a speculative play. Okay, guys, let's make sure we all know that going in. If you're not into the speculative plays, just pass on this one. Okay, there'll be another one next week. Anyways, guys, so with that said, Playboy is our stock of the week. I don't have a lot on financials because there's just not a lot of financials on Playboy right now. But I do know that it's been accelerating in price. And you know what? If they do start pumping out some of those NFTs, you'll start seeing a solid balance sheet. And maybe at that point, much like, look at how the GameStop trade evolved. It started out as a short squeeze. It evolved into a speculative play that was working. Even the kid that was big on it, right? What's his name? Roaring Kitty. He had all those options that expired on Friday. Well, he decided to convert those options because he thinks the play is going. Maybe Playboy will be like that, right? We started as this little speculative play. They start selling the NFTs, the balance sheet beefs up, and then all of a sudden you decide, hey, maybe I'm going to keep this stock for a while, right? We'll see. But it's a speculative shot and it's a lot of fun. And let's see if we can make some money on this. All right, gang.